Hmm. Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I wish I did this video early for a couple of reasons. One, I don't like doing videos super late because, you know, I always feel like my the people that watch my channel always deserve better. So whenever I don't do my videos out on time, get my videos out on time, I feel like in some sort of way I'm like, you know, letting my subscribers down. I mean, I know that, people are patient. They're more than patient with my videos and when they come out, and I am grateful as hell. But, I don't really like putting out my videos too late because of that reason. I'm always grateful when I do put out the video. And even if one person watch, it means so much. So I just want to thank everyone for watching, you know, even when it comes out later than I wanted to. The other reason why I want to sit there, why I wanted to sit there and do this video earlier, is because this video, this episode, it's like getting right up into the edge and then be like, well, gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's like, wait. What are we doing? What are you doing? It started. I felt like this movie, this episode started going in almost so much slow motion that I felt like I could just start writing my notes a little bit ahead of time. Like, all right, so she tells him, wait, you didn't tell him anything. You just sat there and monologued to him about. Let's start with Brooke and Hope. So Hope is like, all right, so where's Deacon at? Because I don't see him. I haven't seen him. Where is he? And Brooke starts getting kind of defensive, like, I don't know. I mean, he's not my dad. Like, I don't know what's going on. So she gets kind of defensive. And, she finally says that, hey, I'm not comfortable with him being here anymore. I don't want to sit there and do it because, you know, right now me and Rich are kind of going through a lot of stuff. And I can't sit there and risk my marriage by, allowing him to be in the house. Now, my question is, okay, so does that extend to the cabin? Like, Deacon can still see Hope at the cabin, right? Like that doesn't. It's not the whole compound. It's just like this house, right? I'm not really. I'm not even really too sure. But with that being said, Hope is like, listen, she wants to find out what's going on, and after she hears, she's like, yo, listen, I want to thank you for you being as understanding as you were, given the circumstance. So with that being said, I'm not gonna sit there and push. So she kind of just drops it. She lets it go. Um, Now, throughout this episode, it seems like every time she keeps looking at the cabinet of alcohol, like she's tempted to drink, you know? And not because of just funsies, but more to deal with, this guilt, this overwhelming guilt that she feels about the kiss and Rich, you know? And probably a little bit about when Rich is like, yo, I don't think that Deacon should be in our lives. Maybe she's sitting there rethinking, like, damn, he really did have a point. Because if I would have listened to him, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in right now. So, she's looking at that bottle like, all right, maybe this can kind of quiet the voices in my head as far as the guilt and everything like that. Um, but she seems like she keeps getting stopped once by Hope, the second by Rich. Now, Rich is, at Forrester Creations and, talking to Steffi and Thomas about Sheila. And it's something that he said that made me think about a subscriber named Britt. As far as Sheila is concerned, being over there for Christmas and everything like that, you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. And I remember sitting there reading that comment and be like, you have a point. So that's awesome. It's awesome that he actually said the same thing that she said, but Steffi's like, I'm not comfortable with the idea, but I trust mom's, Taylor's decision. Like she's a world-renowned psychologist, and she knows what's best. So if she says it's a good idea to kind of mitigate her obsession, then I'm gonna sit there and then follow suit. Now, people have told me that Sheila has more than one child, and yeah, that's a little kind of psychotic as far as just obsessing with him. But for plot purposes, this is what we're gonna sit there and go with. So after talking about that, talked about Brooke and how Brooke is kind of off, and it seemed like he's blaming himself for missing, New Year's Eve with her. I don't know what's going on, and right after that, he winds up leaving, and of course, Steffi's like, yeah, damn Brooke, like if he was with Taylor or mom or whatever, he wouldn't have to live such a scandalous, stressful life or something along those lines. And once again, it seems like you know, I mean, she's been doing this. Actually, to tell you the truth, she's been doing this before Taylor got to LA. That what will life be like if they had stayed together? Once again, she keeps there reminding Thomas like, if dad was with mom, he wouldn't have to be sitting there dealing with this. And for the most part, it doesn't seem. I mean, it seems like they're both in sync about that. Now, one of the things that I do want to sit there and point out was why Rich was sitting there harping about, Sheila being there. Thomas is like, yo, listen, we were there. We were making sure that she wasn't going to sit there and try anything. Try what? What was she exactly going to try? To sit there and take the baby and, like, run out the room? But the sad part is that I say that as an over exaggeration. I don't know the history with Sheila. And from what people have told me, that what I just said might actually be possible. Um, And I give Steffi her credit because you can tell she was just so uncomfortable with Sheila holding Hayes and just being in the house and stuff like that. But she kept her cool because she wanted to sit there and trust her mom's opinion. And like I said, it took a lot for her to do that, and so I give her props for that. Now Rich just get to the house and he's talking to Brooke and he's like, something's off. Something's been off since something's been off since I got back. You can tell me. You can trust me, whatever. And at first, Brooke makes it seem like she's gonna sit there and tell Bridge about the kiss and stuff like that. She's like, I don't know, you're gonna be disappointed in me. I really slipped up and everything was going so well. And she starts doing this whole stretching out this conversation. I'm like, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, it's 1801. This episode ends at 19 something. Why are you sitting there stressing? Why are you sitting there stretching this out for? I mean, in my head, I already have my notes wrote down that because I already predicted, and I can still be right that Brooke is going to sit there and tell Ridge about the drinking. But she's not going to sit there and tell him about the kiss. She's just going to sit there and talk about the drinking because she's going to have to sit there and explain her behavior to him at some point. Ridge is already sitting there kicking himself, thinking that he's responsible for how she's feeling, and she's not gonna let that continue. But she can't sit there and keep acting like this and expect nobody's gonna sit there and start questioning her. I mean, there was a couple of points where even Hope was sitting there like, you good? Like, what's going on with you? So I have a feeling, and I thought they were going to do in this episode that Brooke was going to be like, yeah, I slipped up, I started drinking again. But it got right up into the edge, right there, and then it just, nope, stop right there. Now Sheila went to go see Taylor. One second. And all this was a ploy to sit there and try to manipulate Taylor, try to manipulate her towards Brooke, and try to manipulate her towards Brooke, like as far as like oh, she's your adversary, she's your rival, this, that, and the third, trying to point her in the direction of Ridge a little bit, and also trying to make her feel sorry for Sheila. You know, what I mean, make Taylor feel sorry for her by talking about she's trying, she's working really hard, and Brooke is being so mean and not understanding and not giving her a second chance, and she has her priorities straight and yada yada yada. And I think this is going to be a test for the world-renowned psychiatrist. I mean, you gotta sit there and remember she's the one that invited Sheila over to sit there and be like, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna sit there and watch her. I know her tells, and if she has not reformed, I'm gonna sit there and know firsthand." Okay, now this is the second time that she's actually visited her. She visited Taylor in her office at the and I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, when she did that, she was like, "Oh well, what are you here for?" And it seemed like she was playing these mind games, these 20 questions. Like, well, that's a good question. What am I here for? I mean, you know, da 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 da. And after a while, I was like, bro, you're gonna have to wrap this up a little bit. We don't we we're not like the other three shows. You gotta kind of on a clock there. You might want to kind of speed it up along a little bit. Hell, even Taylor was like, "All right, you need to stop playing games. Why are you here?" Um, so it's clear that she came over there to sit there and manipulate her in just some form or another. Now the question is Taylor going to be able to sit there and see through that and be like, you know what, she came over here trying to manipulate me. Yeah, and she tried to gaslight me towards Brooke, bringing up our rivalry and stuff like that, trying to do something with Reg and trying to make me feel sorry for her. Yeah, Steffi, yeah, she didn't change. She's still the same crazy chick from before. That is going to be the question. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching. It's so weird because I'm so used to this saying, "Well, I might have forgot something," so now I gotta change my outro. But with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.